Read my lips.
Well, like father, like son? Not quite. It's awful, isn't it? All right. Well, Jeb Bush refusing to sign a no tax hike pledge if he runs for president. He's trying to avoid the same mistake his dad famously made. But Mark Serrano and Susan Solovic say he's making an even bigger mistake by not signing it. Susan, he obviously knows what happened to his dad. He doesn't want to be in that same pickle.
Well, I understand that, and he wants to run on his record as governor of the state of Florida, where he did not raise taxes.
Right.
But here's the thing for small businesses. I'm going to speak from that perspective. Taxes are the #1 concern that we have. Uncertainty about tax code is also another problem. We support total tax reform, not just corporate tax reform, but total tax reform, because most small businesses are pass-through entities. So
well, would your clients then be annoyed if he said, yeah, he can't make that promise, he'd be open to raising taxes? Because that's what that implies.
Yes, they would be, because we can't afford it. We're getting squeezed every which way we go. We need to be able to reinvest in our businesses, to hire employees. And the thing about it is, when he doesn't say that he's going to not raise taxes, we don't know what he's going to do. So
he can't guarantee anything. Life has no guarantees.
Right. I was in that convention hall in 1988 in New Orleans when George H.W. Bush made that pledge, right? And Roger Ailes was helping him create that strategy, actually. So this is a mistake, but it's a predictable one. This is no big surprise. Bush, 20 years ago, refused to sign that pledge. He ran for governor in '94, in '98, in 2002. He refused to sign that pledge, and I think because of his father's experience. He didn't want to predict the future in case he boxed himself in. It's a big mistake, though.
What about if Club for Growth, all these guys that demand he make a concession like that, had said, do you pledge not to raise income taxes, but you can raise fees and all of that?
Well, that's
we get too in the details.
That is a good point, because if you read the pledge from Americans for Tax Reform, it's really not that specific. It just basically says, I agree not to support a rise in marginal income tax rates, and I agree that if there's if they take deductions away, we'll have a commensurate reduction in spending. It's not that big of a deal, this tax pledge.
So it includes the deduction thing.
Right, it does. And he's got a great record as governor.
I have to tell you, my
cutter.
mother used to have a saying, and she would say, he can't say yes, he won't say no. Will he say maybe? He might. And that's what this sort of sounds like to me. Just a little riddle like that.
You're dating? Or No, but I know what you're getting at. But I just think we could be too clever here. And maybe that's what Jeb Bush is saying. But among the conservatives in the party, that gets them annoyed, because they seem to think you reinforce our impression you're Mr. Middle of the Road.
Here's his missed opportunity. He's got a very good tax-cutting record as governor. He cut property taxes to support schools and veterans. He cut investment taxes
your mouth
in the state. I know, but what he just doesn't want to get boxed in, and it's a big mistake because he's going to have competitors in the primary.
But you have to get elected.
But as a small business owner, once again, I'm going to say, if he is not willing to take that pledge, and as much as I like Jeb Bush, and
don't you think pledges are in on themselves goofy? No, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, no, you know.
Oh, I don't know. I think there's something about once you take a pledge like that you have made a commitment, and you're going to do your best effort to stick to that.
Well, they used to have Grand Rudman make a commitment on deficit spending, right? I mean, they don't mean what they say. People don't expect you to mean what you do.
That's politics,
I understand.
But
why come out making a pledge that you know is a lie?
Well, I don't think you intend for it to be a lie.
Neither did his dad.
Right, I understand, and I realize that there's no guarantee. On the other hand, it does give a voter some degree of certainty, who they're voting for and what they stand for.
So you're saying he's alienated himself with you?
Yes, he has.
What do you think?
Sure, it's a good point, because the primary voters in the GOP, they want to see a sign that you're going to turn back the clock from before Obama. Right? We've got to fix this economy, and the best way to do that is to cut taxes. This isn't even for cutting taxes. It's just to hold off raising taxes. So it really sends a signal to the base of the Republican Party, right, that he might not be
trustworthy. Is he hurting himself? Is he going to be the nominee with this kind of stance?
He's leaving an opening for fiscal conservatives to come and say,
despite the fact he
absolutely
will
hold off on taxes.
It's really his nomination to lose, in my opinion. And as you said, he is
really
well,
shaking his head.
He's opening the door, though. I mean, he's just letting someone else get right in there.
It's not his to lose. Way too early for that. It's a wide open field, but he's creating an opening for fiscal conservatives to make it black and white. I will sign that pledge. I'll raise my hand and take an oath. He won't do that. He's in shades of gray.
Patronizing.
And I was looking on the internet today, and people were saying, you know, we need somebody like Scott Walker. So here's somebody's name that's starting to come up that maybe had been a little bit to the wayside because of his decision.
That's interesting. All right.